On the nights when the dark lasts a little bit longer, when the wind and the storm is a little bit stronger, when the fear in my heart digs a little bit deeper, when my faith to stand gets a little bit weaker, where could I run to? Where could I go? Even when it feels like my world is shaking, even when I've had all that I can take, I know you never let me go. Whoa. And even when the waters won't stop rising, even when I'm caught in the dead of night, I know no matter how it ends, you're with me, baby. The days up ahead look a little bit brighter. The grip of the past was a little bit tighter. I'm reminded your grace never asked for perfection. Oh, I'm restored 'cause I'm yours and I stand forgiven. Yeah. Even when it feels like my world is shaking, even when I've had all that I can take, I know you never let me go. Whoa. And even when the waters won't stop rising, even when I'm caught in the dead of night, I know no matter how it ends, you're with me, baby. And even in the middle of the struggle, and even when it's hard to remember, you will honor my defense when I'm standing on your promises, and I know that even in the thick of the battle, and even through the valley of the shadows, you will honor my defense when I'm standing on your promises. So where could I run to? Where could I go? Even when it feels like my world is shaking, and when I've had all that I can take, I know you never let me go. Whoa. And even when the waters won't stop rising, even when I'm caught in the dead of night, I know no matter how it ends, you're with me, baby. You're with me, no matter how it ends. You're with me, baby.
This is the tutorial for Even Then by Micah Tyler. This song was chosen by my middle school students, very young middle schoolers. They're just learning ASL this year, and they chose this song for chapel. This can be a hard song, but I made it easier with them in mind. This song has a lot of interpretation. You don't need to sign it word for word. You need to sign it your interpretation. So I had to think about how I would interpret it, but also make it easy for my student. So the first verse says, "On the nights when the dark lasts a little bit longer." So I sign when the night is long. So when, so your hands, you have one, number one, your hands face upward and then they flip over. When, the night, so one hand is flat, the other hand is going to fold, and it's going to land on top like this. Night. Longer, so you're going to do time, just tap your wrist, around, tap. So tap, around, tap. When the storm is a little bit stronger, so when, just like we did before, when the wind in the storm is a little bit stronger. So I'm just going to do wind, very stormy wind. So your hands are just spread out and pointing forward. One hand's higher than the other, and you're going to blow air. And it's stormy, so it needs to go fast. And your hands are just moving like this. Stronger. So your hands are in fists, one on top of the other. Push down to your side. And then your thumbs come up. Stronger. When the fear in my heart dips a little bit deeper. When. And then your fear, this is fear. Your hands are in fists and then they open up, but you want to be really, really afraid. Not just kind of afraid, because now your fear is even deeper. So when my faith to stand gets a little bit weaker, when faith, so your first fingers are touching your thumbs, and that's an F. Your non-dominant, so the hand you write with is your dominant, so usually your left hand is going to be facing where this is facing upwards. Both of them are. Your dominant hand, my right hand, touches your temple with your finger and thumb. Double tap. So I'm double tapping my other first finger and thumb. Faith stands. So you're just going to stand up. It's a little person standing up. When my faith to stand gets a little bit weaker. So this is weaker. So we're just going to make the little man crumple. Where could I run to? Where? Just shake your finger. Can. Your fists just come down. And you can just sign go. Where can I run to? Where can I go? Or if you want to differentiate them, which we're going to do, where can I run to? So your little man is running. He's just shaking your finger. Run to. Where can I go? So just regular pointer finger. You can also sign run if you wanted to. So you have two L's. Your fingers are a little bit bent, and your pointer finger touches your other finger's thumb, and you just shake them. So where can I run to? Where can I go? The chorus says, even when it feels like my world is shaken. So when it feels, so your middle finger touches your chest in a circular motion. Feels like my world. So you've got W's, or the number 3 in, not in sign language, but in hearing culture. And you're just circling them. Shaken. Shake your fists. Even when I've had all that I can take, so I, point to yourself, have, and usually this is have, 2 hands, so they're bent and you are touching your fingers to your chest. But because it's so quick, you can just do like a slang. I have enough. So instead of, even when I've had all that I can take, you can sign, I've had enough. So you've got a fist facing upwards. Your flat hand pushes over like there is water bubbling up and it's just spilling over. Enough. I've had enough. I know. So no, you're flattening your fingers again. The sign for no is up here on the temple, but you'll see a lot of signers do it here. This is slang. My hand automatically goes here for no, but both is correct. Sometimes you'll even see it down here, but here or here. You never let me go. You, we're pointing up to God. Never. So you're kind of, your hand is bent again, and you're kind of making a 7 in the air. Never let me go. Your hands are in fists and they just open. They can open this way. I like to open them to the side. And then it says, whoa, you can say, wow. You just shake your hand like this. I've seen people sign no for this part. 2 fingers closed together on your thumb. Or you could sign oh, whoa. I tend to do this out of habit. I tend to sign wow whenever I'm worshiping. The next line says, even when the waters won't stop rising. When the waters, so a W, and your pointer finger is going to touch your chin. Waters, double tap. Doesn't matter how many times you tap. I like to do 2 probably. Won't stop rising, so you can sign don't or you can sign won't. So your thumb, I'm gonna sign don't. Just, it's a very quick song, so this is more comfortable to sign it this way. Your thumb just comes out. Won't, you're just pointing behind you. You can shake your head. Don't stop. Flat hand. This one's also flat. And it's just going to hit your hand like this. And then rising. Rising. I do it twice for exaggerated effect, but also it goes with the music. Rising. Even when I'm caught in the dead of night. When I'm caught, this is hold. We'll use that again later. Here's you, and something's holding you in the darkness. Darkness. Hands are open. They're a little bit bent. Darkness. I know. No matter how it ends, this is doesn't matter. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Whatever. Doesn't matter. How? So you've got 2 thumbs up. One's going to point upward. One's going to point towards you. And then you're going to switch them. How? It ends. So one hand's facing up. The other one just comes to the end of your fingers and slices down. Ends. You're with me even then. There's a lot of different ways to do this. It's your interpretation, but I like you're pointing to God and God's coming down and they're together. You're with me even then. So you're with me no matter what. So that's that sign again. Doesn't matter, whatever, no matter what. You can also sign it you're with. So your 2 fists are just hitting each other. Me, pointing to yourself even then. You could also sign this is like unified. We're together, we're unified. your middle fingers are touching your thumbs. They come together and make a chain. You're with me, no matter what. Even then, you could also do we're. So your hands make a K, so peace sign, but your thumb is between them, and it's gonna face backwards. And this finger's pointing to God, this finger's pointing to you. We're together, thumbs up, fists together, circular motion, no matter what. So we're going to do God, we're together, no matter what. The second verse says, when the days up ahead look a little bit brighter. So when, the future, so this is a B, it's like a 4, but your fingers are together, and you start right next to your head, and you just go forward. Future, seems, so we're up here in future, and then your hand's going to just bend, and I'll show it to you this way. So we did future, then my hand just bent and kind of moved, like flick my wrist. Seems, brighter, I signed better. So better, this hand is touching your chin, and you just pull it away into a thumbs up and push that thumbs up into the air. Better, like this, better. But the grip of the past holds a little bit tighter. Here's the sign for but. Your fingers, you got 2 ones, and they cross, and they come apart, but. So the past, kind of bent again. You're throwing it behind you. The past holds you. We're doing that hold again. So this is your person, your number 1, and just holds you. When the past holds you a little bit tighter, I like to exaggerate it. I'm reminded your grace never asks for perfection. I'm reminded. So you've got 2 thumbs up. This one is going to touch your temple, and then it's going to come down and double tap that thumb. I like to tell my kids that it's like sticking a sticky note on something. Your grace. So this is a very fast part, so I try to skip words. So we're probably not going to sign I'm reminded your grace. So grace. So your hand's in a fist, and then it just opens up. Grace never asks for perfection. You could sign doesn't ask or never asks, like we signed never before, like a 7. Ask. So this is an X. It's also a question mark. Your fingers just bent, and the grace is asking me or not asking me, so it's coming towards me. Ask for perfection. So perfection, you can sign these are F's or 9s. Your pointer finger is touching your thumb, just like in faith. The circles are where you can see them. Perfection. One hand is a little bit farther than the other one. You can also sign perfection. These are P's. So it was like the K earlier, but upside down. So you got your peace signs. Your thumbs are up, facing, well, one's facing down, one's facing up. And you circle, and then your middle fingers touch. Perfection. That can be really hard to do really fast, so I suggest this sign. The next line, oh, I'm restored because I'm yours and I stand forgiven. I'm restored. So it's actually going to be at your waist, but you need to be able to see my arm. So your arm is flat, and then this hand is just kind of scooping just twice. 1, 2. Restored, because is you're just flicking your temple, but you have to do it twice because once is for, F-O-R. I'm yours. So me, you, my, your. I'm yours. Your hand is open. We're talking to God. And I standing up, forgiven. Open hand. We're wiping away the sins. In the chorus again, even when it feels like my world is shaken, even when I've had all that I can take, I know you'll never let me go. Whoa. Even when the waters won't stop rising, even when I'm caught in the dead of night, I know no matter how it ends, you're with me even then. Then the bridge says, and even in the middle of the struggle, so when I'm struggling, so you've got your fingers are just pointing at each other, kind of at an angle, so, and they're just moving around in a circle. Struggle. And even when it's hard to remember, when it's hard, so you've got peace signs, but they're bent forward and they're facing like they'd be pointing out, but they're raptor claws. And one just taps the other one on the top, and we signed remember. Remember. You alone are my defense. So I'm signing you're my only defense. So only is just one, and you kind of move it back and forth. And then defense, it's kind of like love, if you know the sign for love, but your hands are not as far on your chest and your fists are facing out. Tap. And then it says, when I'm standing on your promises, when I'm standing on your promises, so you're going to tap your mouth, then your hand is going to open up. This hand's a fist. Just touch the top. Promises. I know. Even in the thick of the battle. So when there's a battle, so your hands are bent, and it's not like struggle. It's going to be right in front of you, battle. And even through the valley of the shadows. So I don't feel like you need to sign when on this part. You could sign through. Again, it's really fast, so you could skip through. But if you want to, your hand is just a little bit bent, and then this hand goes through. The valley. And I've seen one interpretation where they just sign valley and walk through. So valley, you're just making like a U shape. If you want to sign valley of the shadows, valley of the shadows. So shadow is black, outline. So black, your fingers on your head, and it just crosses over like you're pointing backwards. And then for outline, your thumbs are just kind of drawing out something. So valley of the shadows. And that can be really quick, but if you do it enough times, your hands will be used to you going like this. You alone are my defense. So again, you alone are my defense when I'm standing on your promises. When I'm standing on your promises. So where could I run to? Where can I run to? Where can I go? Again, the chorus, even when it feels like my world is shaken, even when I've had all that I can take, I've had enough. I know you never let me go. Even when the waters won't stop rising, even when I'm caught in the dead of night, I know no matter how it ends, you're with me even then. You're with me, yeah. If you want to sign yeah, you've got a fist and just like your head is nodding. No matter how it ends, you're with me even then.